Get her up a little bit, and to be safe, I really should have done this a while ago, but I'm going to lock a majority of these all the way down to here. Lock all these. This way I don't have to do too much hiding. Just focus in this region. I also could lock this other side. Actually, that is even... Actually, no, I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to lock this other side because I'm going to be doing the middle area very soon, and I don't really mind that it's exposed. Alright, so that's not bad for the pelvic to thigh transition, and this is the bulge I'm talking about. You can try to use a whole bunch of tricks to try to get rid of it, but good luck. Okay, I think I might end up coming back to this corner, but it's time. I think I have a good result from most angles. Alright, so I think that is not bad. I don't like that, so I'm gonna smooth it out. Oh yeah, this is probably misbehaving because it's being controlled by something that is locked. So let me release some of these, and this time when I smooth, it should budge. Let me bring my selection highlighting back. So I'm using the behavior of the geometry to also let me know if there are any issues. Yeah, there is a kind of like a caved in lump here, which I can see when I'm more so like that, but it's right there, this caved in lump, and I think it should be going to the root or the hip. Yeah, so let me touch it up a little. Since these are minor fixes, let me not use such a harsh brush and just add, and then I do a smooth like here. And this is another good thing where you use the less intense brush so that it doesn't make a mess with some harsh edges where the brush ends. Yeah, this stuff is very much like digital sculpting. Every angle is for your own good, especially at this hip area. It's very easy to see mistakes over here when you don't have like a nice crescent shapes or nice straights or forceful line that or quality line that you would be trying to achieve with a pencil if you were drawing. You want to give yourself the same advantage. Okay, I think I got rid of that dent. All right, that looks pretty nice. Yeah, that doesn't look bad at all. Yeah, for something like this, the corrective morph would aim to be maybe something like just a plumping over here would be cool. And another corrective morph will come by the way of the backside here. It's a thing I learned in sketching. There's a plane break for the butt that happens around the pelvis, kind of pokes out. So for the butt, you would have something like is like this plane break like that we're also going to try to achieve with corrective morphs, but we'll get there and see if it looks good. There's a lot of things that have to happen in this pelvic region for a fix. All right, I think I'm going to wrap this little corner up. I think it's blending well. The topology there looks good, and it's now time to move to this central region, which is where the real issue is going to arise. It's going to be a real problem area. I suspect a lot of issues as I try to mirror over the fixes. Okay, so it's time to get between these legs. I'm going to start by moving one of these legs to show you what we're dealing with, the front and the back. So this is a typical mistake that's probably going to require some smoothing. I'll work my way from the front to the back. So over here I'll start with some smoothing. If I turn off selection highlight, you'll see that this second hip joint has influence there. So that's something I definitely want to get rid of. I'm going to just keep influence in this region down to the first thigh joint and the root or the hip. So I'm going to subtract this. Alright, so now to start resolving this lump, I'm going to do the same thing I did previously with the bottom of the neck. So I'm going to grab this root, and I'm going to start giving it a little bit of influence, just really small, to see if it's going to giving more to the root. It's heading us in the right direction. Okay, so we're starting to get a good result by giving it all back to the root or the hip. Most of it, not all of it. Ultimately, we want to see a lump that represents the glutes. The gluteal tissue that shows from the front. Most of the time when you look at a fit person from the front, you should be able to see some of the fat tissue of the glutes. And one thing that is definitely probably influencing the result here is the other leg, so we have to try to resolve that in tandem. Eventually it will get a mirror, but for now I have to take it into consideration. Okay, let me try to get a more believable pose now, because this is
somewhat of a excessive pose. Yeah, so now I get to see what is left to be distributed correctly. Now I'm subtracting from the thigh and letting the system put it where it belongs, to the root. Yeah, all the tissue here should not be moving too much when the leg is adducted. Let's see what we have. Let me continue smoothing. In order to plan for mirroring issues, I just want to make sure I remove any influence that the right has on the left, or else it will take some of these errors over when it does the mirror. That is probably the toughest thing to deal with when you're skinning this pelvic region. It just starts carrying over. It doesn't know what to do because there's weighting on the correct side that is wrong, and it just mirrors it over in a weird way.